Hey guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so here it is. I'm finally getting the video up for the Pure Saiyans no item run. For those of you out there that had showed up to some of the live streams that I did, this one was proving to be a bit of a nightmare for me. There was a sort of confirmed strategy. The goal was to try and beat this before Super Vegeta came out. Because obviously, like on JP, for example, Truth is always my #1 rival when it comes to doing these no item runs. I know there's people that do them on Global as well, but Truth being like the biggest name in the community, and that's where the meme started, right? The whole Super Battle Road King like meme just started as a rivalry between me and Truth. So the goal was to try and get one up on him and do it on Global before Super Vegeta came out. A couple of people managed to get it done with the strategy I was using on stream, which was to use double Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas, the AGL one that transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, because he's obviously a Pure Saiyans lead, and then just use a team full of stunners. And the problem with that strategy, as any of you who came out to my live streams know, is that the only way that really works is you have to get every single stun, because apart from Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Raditz to a certain extent, although he's not that great at it, no one on the team really could take a hit. So as soon as somebody failed the stun, either that particular stunner or the AGL Vegetas that were floating would take like 200k from normal attacks. So as soon as you miss one stun, you're basically just dead. And so it became one of those runs where some people had got it done, because literally if you just keep trying it over and over again, eventually, you know, you'll get lucky and you'll get that run where you get your stuns every single time, and if you're unlucky, you don't. So loads of people saw me do it on stream. We'd get right to the end in like the last fight, and then literally, like, you know, you'd have the 2 stunners on that turn, neither of them would stun, and then the Vegeta in the final slot would just get absolutely annihilated by attacks. So once Super Vegeta came out, I did actually say on one of my streams that I would keep trying to do the run without him, just to see if we could actually get it done. But when he came out on Global, I kind of lost interest in putting myself through this horrible RNG, like you have to stun every turn kind of nightmare. And I thought to myself, like, oh, you know what, I'll focus on the androids one, because that was another one that I wanted to try and do, right? It's getting the androids one done before the tech androids released on Global, and I did eventually manage to do that. Obviously the video's up on the channel if you haven't seen it already. Took quite a long time, but finally managed to get it done. The androids obviously are coming out on Global tomorrow, so managed to achieve that goal at least. So while I was at work yesterday, I decided, you know what, I have a couple more tries at the Pure Saiyans one. I think I had like 1 or 2 tries where the same old thing happened, right? Missed out on stuns. The AGL Vegeta just got absolutely demolished. But because of the new auto friend system, where it picks like a friend for you automatically based on the team that you're using, I jumped into the Pure Saiyan stage, and obviously it always recommends a Super Vegeta friend because he is the best available Pure Saiyans leader. So I thought to myself, you know what, let's try one attempt and see how easy it could be. So I picked the Super Vegeta friend, I changed my leader to Super Vegeta, but other than that I left the team completely the same, and I jumped in, and literally, first attempt, we got it done. Like, I've talked over this has been a fairly long intro, we're already in the second fight, but like, even in that first rotation of the first fight, we did not have a great starting rotation. The problem with that strategy with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is because he can't take a hit and he doesn't really contribute anything to the team. If you have him in your starting rotation and not like 2 stunners, or at least 1 like good tank, then you basically might as well quit straight away, right? Whereas with Super Vegeta, we could put Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1, and then Super Vegeta auto stuns for 1 turn with his super attack. So not only are you able to guaranteed take somebody out of the fight for the 1 turn with Super Vegeta's super attack, but if you haven't stunned with one of the other units, Super Vegeta obviously can take a hit way better than that AGL Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Obviously the first hit he takes, he still does take a bit of damage, then he gets that extra defense kick in. I mean, you can see here, we're on the second turn of the second fight, and our health is incredibly low. Gohan is stunned, but Gotenks isn't. So that means we can go for the stun attempts here We need to stun Gotenks. So I think I target him with possibly everyone. Because he needs to get stunned. Because Super Vegeta could tank a hit from... Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could tank a hit from him. But this Goku here... he is another one of the prime candidates on this team that he is here solely for that stun plan. He has a 70% chance to stun on his super attack. But if he doesn't stun, because he's a much older unit, even with an Easy A, he's a much older Easy A. If he doesn't stun, he takes like 200k from normal attacks. So 70% stun chance is really good. But like I said before, those of you who came out to some of my streams, we saw those runs where we got into the final stage, and that's when he just decided that 70% wasn't good enough and he wasn't going to stun, and we would get absolutely destroyed. And here, this isn't a great rotation either, because Raditz, once you only have one enemy left, he loses his damage reduction. So he took a pretty significant hit in the first spot there. We took quite a lot of damage. And then, of course, he gets the stun. Xeno Goku on rotation with Raditz is obviously good because he is a Goku family support unit. So he buffs up Raditz's defense a little bit. And we obviously were able to get the stuns. Plus, the other thing is, Super Vegeta, even if he didn't have the one-turn stun, which is incredibly useful to have, he actually does decent damage. Whereas if you're using the AGL Vegeta, like, he just doesn't do anything, right? Even with a super attack. Plus it makes the run take ages because he does the, like, multiple additional normal attacks, which then very often triggers an additional super attack from his hidden potential. So we would spend a lot of time in those attempts just watching Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta attack repeatedly whilst doing basically no damage. Whereas Super Vegeta actually does do a ton of damage. So I did say I was still going to try and get the run done with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but at this point, movie bosses is the final one to do, like the final hurdle. It is stupidly annoying and difficult to do. I'm still working on it. Obviously, when the androids come out tomorrow and we get the new Super Battle Road stage, finally Super Battle Road goes to being available every day, so I'll actually have more opportunities to do it, because Super Battle Road only being available at the weekend is something that was always very frustrating for trying to get some of these runs done. So we get very lucky going into this last fight. We never managed to get the luck on stream with, like, the stun RNG, but look at this enemy placement. Like, if we had multiple attacks in slot 1 going into this turn, Raditz cannot tank attacks from, especially from, like, Goku Jr. So not only are there no attacks in slot 1, but only Vegeta Jr. is attacking Raditz. So Raditz gets the guaranteed stun on him. Then we get the additional super attack. So with Raditz, if you get an additional super and you get the stun icon, like we did there, that confirms that the unit is properly stunned for 2 turns. Because Raditz auto-stuns for 1 turn with his passive, but it's not guaranteed to be the 2-turn stun. And unless you get an additional super and see that stun icon, you don't actually know for sure whether you have stunned or not. So, obviously, Xeno Goku in the second slot was able to stun Goku Jr., and then Super Vegeta did some decent damage to him. That means we're going into this turn with both of the enemies stunned. So, I noticed that the Dokkan gauge is getting very close to being full, so I'm purposely trying to avoid same type orbs here. The goal would, of course, be to stun both the units again, so we can go into the next turn and use the Dokkan attack. So, I believe Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta doesn't stun Vegeta Jr. here, yeah. So, does a little bit of damage to him. Obviously, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta does more damage if the enemy is already stunned. Goku is able to get the stun on Goku Jr. And then Super Vegeta is attacking Vegeta Jr. Obviously, his stun is only for the 1 turn, but he's able to do a nice little bit of damage to him. And we get the additional super attack. So, of course, Super Vegeta with his guaranteed crits. Nice bit of extra damage here to this Vegeta. So this Super Vegeta just provides so much more to the team. And look at this. We get very lucky again. The only attacks in slot 1 are from Goku Jr., who is the one who is stunned. So since we have the Dokkan attack ready to go, we put Broly in slot 1, get his 18-key super. I moved Xeno Goku next to him just so we can take advantage of extra links like Super Saiyan. And then there you go. This is the lead up to the end, because of course the Dokkan attack hits both enemies, so getting Broly's single target super that does more damage is the way to go for the Dokkan attack. So I'm fairly sure he kills Vegeta Jr. here, and I think Goku Jr. might survive with the tiniest sliver of health, but seeing as though he is the one that is stunned, that obviously left us with the perfect finish here. So there you go. Pure Saiyans Extreme Super Battle Road done with no items. Like I said, I know other people got it done without Super Vegeta. I thought it'd be interesting to try this one run just to see how much easier it would be. And the fact that I literally did it on the first try with a really dodgy starting rotation shows you just how ridiculously powerful Super Vegeta is. And you know, I've done a lot of these stages in the past with really dodgy, way worse teams. But with Super Vegeta literally sitting there, being able to be used, like, you know, you got to play smarter, not harder. I didn't want to deliberately keep making this run a nightmare for myself just to get the stunt RNG. I wanted to have the video up because obviously the goal of the Super Battle Road King playlist is to have every single stage beaten, no items on video. So deliberately making it harder for myself to do and repeatedly failing it over and over again for hours on stream is probably not the most optimal use of my time, when apparently you can just use Super Vegeta to absolutely destroy it. So there you go, Pure Saiyans Extreme Super Battle Road done. Only movie bosses to do. Once the androids come out tomorrow and the stages are available every day, I probably will be trying multiple attempts every day until we can actually get it recorded, and then that will be the final one. Obviously Planet Namek Saga stage comes out tomorrow, so I'll probably do that one straight away, since I don't think that one will be too difficult. I have a team building guide coming out for that later on today that you can check out as well. So there you go, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.